Hello and welcome to Premier League Game Week 3 predictions. Some big games on Sunday. Brighton, Man City and Forest Arsenal are notable ones. A lot of games on Saturday and Sunday this weekend. No Monday game, no Friday game, of course, as it has been like the last 2 weeks. But yeah, let's just dive straight into my Game Week 3 Premier League predictions. And the first game is a bit of a London derby at 12:30 as Chelsea take on Fulham. Chelsea absolutely ripped into West Ham last week 5-1, didn't they? Fulham did draw their opening 2 matches away at Brighton and at home to Manchester United. Got a bit lucky in that one against Man United. Of course, beat Bristol City in the week 2-0 in the Cup. Chelsea did draw with Palace, so 4 points to 2 points at the moment. Head-to-head records last time they did play was 2-1 win for Fulham at Chelsea on Boxing Day, and then was 2-1 win for Chelsea at Fulham in April. Surely Chelsea get over the line in this one. I know Fulham beat them last season, which nobody would have expected. I think Chelsea get over the line in this one. I think Enzo Maresca's side will have a bit too much quality for Fulham in this one. And I'm going to back Chelsea narrowly. I think it'll be tight. I'm going to back a 2-1 home win for Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. And just to get over the line, João Pedro has been firing them in last against West Ham, didn't he? Everybody got a goal against West Ham, didn't they, really? But yeah, Chelsea going to win this 2-1 over Fulham in my eyes in this one. Straight into the 3 o'clock kickoffs then, as Manchester United looking to respond after that horrible game against Grimsby in the week as they take on Burnley, who also won in the week over Derby County, of course. Burnley back-to-back wins, that win over Derby in the Cup and then that win over Sunderland at Turf Moor last Saturday, of course. Burnley still do look pretty dreadful, if you ask me. They didn't really create much last week. Well, they did create a lot, actually, but the week before, away at Spurs, they didn't really do a lot. 1-1 draw last time. These two sides played in the Premier League in April 2024, was 1-1 win for United back in September 2023. Manchester United should win this at home, but if they do lose this, then it will be the end of Ruben Amorim. I am convinced. Rumours Solskjaer's going back. That's not going to happen. Or maybe it might. Who knows? Man United will win this. I'm going for a nice 3-1 home win at Old Trafford to get a perfect bounce back after the midweek, the stupid result in midweek. And I'm going to bet Man United to win this by 3-1 over Burnley in this one. So Man United to get back to winning ways and win 3-1 here. Sunderland take on Brentford now then at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland did brilliantly against West Ham on opening day at the Stadium of Light. They'll be lucky to replicate that at home to Brentford this weekend. 2-0 loss away at Burnley and a loss to Huddersfield on penalties in the Cup is a bit of a downer for Sunderland. Definitely might have knocked their confidence a little bit. Brentford did beat Aston Villa last week. First win for Keith Andrews as a manager. Good win over Unai Emery's Aston Villa, who some does look a bit fishy going on at Aston Villa this season. Atara scored the only goal in that game for the Bees, and they won that quite convincingly. Their record signing, Ouattara, as well. These are the games Sunderland are going to have to win if they are to stay in the Premier League this season. I'm going to back them. I am going to back them. They have only played twice, and that was in the Championship. Brentford won on both occasions. But I'm going to back Sunderland. I know it was a draw on one occasion. Brentford won on one occasion. Sunderland are going to win this, in my opinion. I'm going for a 2-0 home win. I think the crowd are going to be up for this properly. And I think Sunderland, they did it against West Ham, so why can't they do it against Brentford? Sunderland going to win this 2-0 over Brentford. Now to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as Bournemouth travel to Tottenham. Thomas Frank's side, very, very good start to the season for them. 3-0 win over Burnley, 2-0 win at the Etihad last week, of course, or at the weekend, I should say. A draw against PSG in the Super Cup as well that they should have won. They do look really, really good, do Thomas Frank's Tottenham, and very smart coach, very knows what he's doing. Spurs might have actually clicked a finger with that appointment. Head-to-heads last time they did play was a 2-2 draw on the 9th of March. Bournemouth did beat them by 1-0 last time out on the 5th of December. The more competitive Bournemouth get, the more interesting these games will be. Arsenal and Spurs currently top the Premier League at the moment, both of them. I think Spurs will win this. I think they have too much quality. They've just signed Xavi Simons, or they've agreed a deal for him this morning anyway. So that's another brilliant signing for Tottenham. I think Tottenham are going to win this quite comfortably. I'm gonna go. 3-1 Tottenham. I think it might be a bit. Maybe that's pushing it a little bit, but I think Spurs do look really good under Thomas Frank this season. But yeah, that's why I'm backing Spurs to win this by 3-1 over Bournemouth in this one. And yeah, another win for Thomas Frank's men, and it'll be 3 out of 3 if they win this. Into the final 3 p.m. kickoff, and it is Wolves taking on Everton. Wolves back-to-back losses to start the season, 4-0 at home to City, 1-0 away at Bournemouth. But they did beat West Ham United 3-2 in the Cup. Strand Larsen doesn't look like that he's going to Newcastle, does he, because of the Voltmarder transfer in there as well. Everton beat Mansfield in the week in the Cup. Doesn't really matter, that one, but they did beat Brighton at the Hill Dickinson last weekend, of course. Did lose to Leeds on opening day, but that was always going to be expected with the way Ellen Road was fired up. Last time they did play in the Premier League was a 4-0 win at Goodison for Everton and a 1-1 draw back in March at Molineux. A tight one to call this one. Usually a draw between these two sides. Wolves do have a slight upper hand on this one. I'm good about Wolves, actually. I just think they might go over the line in this one. I'm good about Wolves by 2-1 over Everton in this one. I think it'll be tight, but I think they'll just win. Will Wolverhampton Wanderers and beat Everton in this one. So yeah, backing Wolves to win this by 2-1, and a good win for Vitor Pereira's side, as yeah, they'll be looking to comfortably stay up this year in the Premier League. So yeah, Wolves wins 2-1 over Everton. And then to the Saturday evening kickoff, where Leeds United take on Newcastle at Ellen Road. This should be a great game to watch on the TV at Ellen Road. The crowd will be up for this Saturday night under the lights. Oh, well, it'll be almost under the lights, won't it be? Close to sunset, I'd imagine. Leeds did get battered at Arsenal 5-0 last week. Not really the results they will need to stay in the Premier League. They need to be beating the teams at home or just having a good home record in general. Newcastle haven't won so far this season, losing to Liverpool in a very unlucky game and drawing away at Villa on opening day. Lost to Sheffield Wednesday in the Cup. Did Leeds, only one win out of 10 for these two sides, respectively, in the last 5. Last time these sides played in the Premier League was a 2-2 draw in May 2023, and was a 0-0 draw back on the 31st of December. Newcastle it's been fairly even in recent years. I am going to back the Geordies to win this. I'm going to go for a nice 3-1 away win for Newcastle in this one. I just feel like they'll get over the line and quite comfortably win this one. So yeah, I'm backing Newcastle to win this by 3-1 over Leeds United in this one. So yeah, big win for Newcastle over Leeds. Into Sunday's matches, where there's still 4 matches to go, as Brighton take on Manchester City, of course, at the Amex. Brighton did beat why is the Wolfsburg badge? Oh my god, I don't know what football's doing. The Wolfsburg badge is saying Wolfsburg beat Oxford 6-0. It clearly was. It was Brighton that beat Oxford 6-0. Man City did lose to Spurs last time out, although they did beat Wolves 4-0 on opening day. Kind of thought they would have done a bit better against Spurs, but that is their bogey team, I guess. Yeah, really don't know in this one. Brighton still got to win. I know they won in the Cup, but they didn't really look all that. Yes, they won 6-0, but the shots were quite similar. Lost to Everton, hasn't really been a great start for Fabian Hurst's side. Man City lost there last season in November, of course. I still think I'm good about Man City. Brighton haven't had the best start in the world and still look a bit shaky under Fabian Hurtzler. Get about Manchester City in this one for a nice 2-1 away victory at the Amex in this one. I think City will just have enough in my eyes, and yeah, just knock Brighton over quickly and comfortably. So yeah, back in City to win this by 2-1 over Brighton in this one. Nottingham Forest take on West Ham United then at the City Ground. Seems to be Forest playing at 2 o'clock every Sunday at this rate, but I think it's not because of Europe. I'm not sure why they keep being put on the TV. Maybe the owners paid them to be on TV every game. Nottingham Forest have done okay. They've beaten West Ham on their last 4 occasions in the Premier League at home. One was in the Cup, sorry. 5-0, 1-0 on when they were first back in the Prem, 2-0, 3-0. Is it going to be 4-0 this time around against Graham Potter's side? It definitely could be. Forest look really good under Nuno, don't they? 5th place for them at the moment. West Ham currently sit bottom on a -7 goal difference. I am going to back Mr. Marinakis' side in this one. I'm going to back them 2-0. I don't know if what's going on with the Nuno situation, but I still think Forest will win this. I'm going to go 2-0. Graham Potter's West Ham form is not looking great. They look absolutely dreadful. 5-1 and then 3-0. They've conceded 8 goals in their opening 3 matches. So you're backing Forest to win this one. I'm going to go for a nice 2-0 home victory and Forest to beat West Ham in this one. And now to an absolutely huge game at 4:30 as Liverpool take on Arsenal. Liverpool back-to-back wins still look a bit shaky defensively, beating Bournemouth 4-2 and Newcastle 3-2. Arsenal did beat Manchester United on opening day and then battered Leeds by 5-0. Victor Gyökeres among the goals, where he scored a lot of goals in that one. Last time these sides did play was a 2-2 draw back on the 11th of May, when the title didn't really mean anything. Liverpool have got a better head-to-head record, better chance of winning. They have won the last few games. The EFL Cup, the Premier League. Liverpool do like a good win at Anfield, don't they? Arsenal very rarely go to Anfield and get over the line. Salah, I think, and Gyökeres will be scoring, will at least score in this game. No Frimpong, of course, and no Saka and no Jesus. Maybe no Havertz as well for us. So I'm going to back Liverpool in this one. Go for a nice 2-1 home win for Liverpool at Anfield. The crowd will be up for it. I'm sure they will too. So back in Liverpool to win this by 2-1 at home over Arsenal in this one. And Liverpool will get over the line in my eyes in this one by 2-1 over Arsenal here. And then Aston Villa take on Crystal Palace in the final game, 7 p.m. on Sunday night. Sky showing more games already, and 7 o'clock on a Sunday night is a bit of a horrible game to do it. If you want to do it, do 12, 2 and 5 is a good Super Sunday. 7 o'clock. Nobody really will probably tune into this one. Crystal Palace drew 0-0 with Fredrikstad last night and won up on aggregates. I think they are in the Conference League. Aston Villa lost to Brentford last time out. Nothing's really going on at Unai Emery's Villa at the moment. It's just not really clicking for them at the moment. They do have a decent head-to-head record against Crystal Palace. They won 5 at home. They drew last time out. Villa should get back to winning ways in this one. I don't think it'd be easy, but they do have the players. I am going to back Aston Villa and Unai Emery to win this one and go for a nice 2-0. I'll go for a 1-0, sorry. I'll go for a 1-0 to Aston Villa in this one. I think it'll be a really, really tight game. But I think Villa will just get over the line in this one and beat Crystal Palace by 1-0. Villa looking and will get their first win of the season in this one over Crystal Palace. Thank you very much for watching my Premier League Game Week 3 predictions. If you did like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, and I'll speak to you all on the next one, which will be EFL review Monday, sorry. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. I'll speak to you all on the next one, EFL review. Next week's international break, try and get a bit more content out and maybe do some international predictions as well. So thank you all for watching. I'll speak to you all on the next one.